If you're planning your very first MSC cruise, you've probably noticed something confusing. There isn't just one MSC Meraviglia-Class ship. There are 5: Meraviglia, Bellissima, Grandiosa, Virtuosa, and Euribia. At first glance, they all look nearly identical. They all feature the same spectacular indoor promenade with its massive LED ceiling, similar entertainment, and the same promise of a modern European-style cruise experience. So naturally, many first-time cruisers assume that choosing between them doesn't really matter. But after reading hundreds of passenger reviews and experiences shared across Cruise Critic, Reddit, Facebook cruise groups, and YouTube, a different picture starts to emerge. While these ships share the same DNA, the experience can feel surprisingly different depending on which one you book. Some consistently receive praise for their atmosphere, entertainment, and overall organization. Others tend to draw more criticism, not because they're bad ships, but because of where they sail, how full they are, and the kinds of passengers they attract. So in this video, we're taking a closer look at the entire MSC Meraviglia class to answer one simple question: which ship is actually the best choice for first-time cruisers? Let's find out. What makes the Meraviglia class so popular? Before comparing the ships, it's worth understanding why this class has become one of MSC's biggest success stories. When MSC introduced the original Meraviglia in 2017, the goal was ambitious. The company wanted a ship large enough to compete with Royal Caribbean's Oasis class, while still maintaining MSC's distinctly European personality. Instead of filling every deck with water slides and attractions, MSC focused on creating elegant public spaces, stylish interiors, and a lively atmosphere that feels more like a cosmopolitan resort than a floating amusement park. One feature that almost every passenger mentions is the stunning indoor promenade. Stretching through the heart of the ship, it's lined with restaurants, cafes, boutiques, lounges, and bars. Above it is one of the largest LED ceilings at sea, displaying changing digital skies, artistic animations, holiday themes, and light shows throughout the day. Many cruisers say it's one of the most beautiful indoor spaces they've experienced on any cruise ship, especially at night. The promenade becomes the social hub of the ship, with live music, themed parties, dancing, and spontaneous performances creating an energetic atmosphere. The ships in the Meraviglia family. Although they're often grouped together, there are actually 2 generations within the class. The original Meraviglia-class ships include MSC Meraviglia, MSC Bellissima. Then came the slightly larger Meraviglia-Plus ships, MSC Grandiosa, MSC Virtuosa, MSC Euribia. The newer ships are a little longer and include additional cabins, expanded public areas, and refinements based on passenger feedback from the earlier vessels. However, if you're simply walking around on board, you might not even notice the differences. The layout feels familiar across all 5 ships, making it easy for returning guests to feel right at home. So what keeps these ships earning high marks from so many travelers? Let's start with the positives that appear again and again in online reviews. Number 1. Beautiful design that feels premium. One of the biggest surprises for first-time MSC guests is how luxurious these ships feel. The grand staircases covered in Swarovski crystals, the elegant lounges, the contemporary decor, the dramatic atriums. Many passengers say the ships feel far more upscale than they expected, especially considering MSC's often competitive pricing. It's one reason why many reviewers describe the Meraviglia class as offering excellent value for money. Rather than feeling overly themed or cartoonish, the ships have a sophisticated style that appeals to couples, families, and multi-generational travelers alike. Number 2. Entertainment gets high marks. Entertainment is another area where the Meraviglia class receives frequent praise. Most evenings offer multiple entertainment options happening simultaneously. There's the main theater featuring Broadway-style productions, live musicians performing throughout the ship, comedy acts, guest performers, theme nights, and energetic deck parties. Passengers often comment that there's always something happening. One standout feature is the Carousel Lounge found on several ships. Originally created for exclusive Cirque du Soleil at Sea performances, these venues have since evolved into spaces for new productions and immersive shows. Although many guests still miss the original Cirque performances, most agree that the venue itself remains one of the most impressive entertainment spaces at sea. Number 3. Plenty of dining choices. Dining opinions on MSC tend to vary, but one area where many passengers agree is the variety. Beyond the main dining rooms and buffet, the Meraviglia class offers numerous specialty restaurants. Depending on the ship, these may include Japanese hibachi, sushi, French cuisine, American steakhouse, seafood, Mexican-inspired dining, and casual venues serving burgers, pizza, and desserts. MSC's pizza in particular receives consistent praise. Many cruisers, even those critical of other aspects of the food, say it's among the best pizza served by any mainstream cruise line. Freshly made throughout the day, it has become something of a signature item for the brand. Number 4. Excellent value for families. Another reason first-time cruisers gravitate toward these ships is value. Compared with many competing cruise lines, MSC often offers lower fares for ships that are equally modern and visually impressive. Families especially appreciate the included activities: water parks, kids clubs divided by age group, sports courts, arcades, pools, live entertainment, and plenty of open spaces where children can stay busy throughout the cruise. Parents frequently mention that despite the size of these ships, there are enough activities to keep kids entertained without constantly paying extra. Number 5. Yacht Club changes the experience. Although this video focuses primarily on the standard cruise experience, it's impossible to discuss the Meraviglia class without mentioning MSC Yacht Club. Passengers who book Yacht Club often describe it as feeling like a luxury ship hidden inside a much larger cruise ship, with private restaurants, exclusive lounges, a secluded pool deck, priority boarding, personal butler service, and concierge assistance. Many reviewers say Yacht Club transforms the overall experience, especially on busy sailings where the public areas become crowded. Some even describe it as one of the best premium experiences offered by any mainstream cruise line. Of course, it comes at a significantly higher price, making it less relevant for many first-time cruisers who are simply looking to experience MSC for the first time. So far, the Meraviglia class sounds like an easy recommendation. Beautiful ships, great entertainment, excellent value, and plenty to do. But if you've spent any time reading passenger reviews, you've probably also noticed that these ships aren't without criticism. Now, before you click that Book Now button, let's talk about the criticisms. Because while the Meraviglia class has earned a loyal following, there are a few recurring complaints that appear again and again in passenger reviews. Interestingly, most of them aren't about the ships themselves. Instead, they're about the experience on board. The number one complaint is crowding. These are large ships carrying well over 5,000 guests at double occupancy, and even more when every cabin is occupied. During school holidays, Christmas, New Year's, and summer sailings, many passengers say the ships can feel extremely busy. Popular buffet stations sometimes have long lines during breakfast. Pool chairs become difficult to find on sea days. Elevators may require several trips before there's enough room to get on. Even finding a seat for live music or popular events can be challenging if you arrive late. However, many experienced MSC cruisers point out that this isn't unique to MSC. Most modern megaships face similar challenges when sailing at or near full capacity. The good news is that passengers who eat at off-peak hours, explore less crowded areas of the ship, or book specialty dining generally report a much smoother experience. Another topic that frequently appears in reviews is service. Many guests praise the crew as hardworking, friendly, and genuinely eager to help. At the same time, others report inconsistencies. For example, one bartender may remember your favorite drink after the first day, while another venue may have noticeably slower service. Some guests describe excellent cabin stewards who go above and beyond. Others say restaurant service occasionally feels rushed, particularly on fully booked cruises. Much of this comes down to staffing levels, itinerary length, and how busy the ship is during your sailing. Overall, reviews suggest that service on the Meraviglia class is generally good, but perhaps not as consistently polished as what some travelers experience on premium cruise lines like Celebrity or Disney. Number 3. The European style isn't for everyone. This may be one of the biggest surprises for first-time MSC guests. MSC is an Italian cruise line, and it proudly embraces its European roots. That means you'll likely hear announcements in several languages. The buffet includes more international dishes than traditional American comfort food. Entertainment often attracts guests from many different countries, and the atmosphere can feel more cosmopolitan than what many North American cruisers are used to. For some passengers, this is one of MSC's biggest strengths. They enjoy meeting travelers from around the world and experiencing something different. Others, however, expect an experience that's more similar to Royal Caribbean or Carnival and leave disappointed simply because their expectations didn't match the product. If you go in expecting a distinctly European cruise experience, reviews suggest you're much more likely to enjoy it. Now comes the question many first-time cruisers really want answered. Which Meraviglia-class ship is best? If the ships are so similar, does one stand above the rest? Based on recurring passenger reviews, the answer is yes. Not because one ship is dramatically better built than another, but because each has developed its own reputation based on deployment, onboard atmosphere, and refinements introduced over time. MSC Meraviglia. The original ship still receives strong reviews, particularly from guests sailing in North America. Passengers often praise its lively atmosphere, attractive design, and excellent entertainment. If you're sailing from New York, Meraviglia remains one of MSC's most popular choices for first-time cruisers. MSC Bellissima. Bellissima is frequently described as one of the quieter members of the family. Operating primarily in Asia and other international markets before expanding to additional itineraries, it has earned praise for its elegant interiors and smooth overall experience. Passengers often mention that the ship feels refined and well-maintained. If your itinerary includes Bellissima, reviews suggest you can expect a very similar experience to Meraviglia. MSC Grandiosa. Grandiosa introduced several improvements after MSC gathered feedback from the first two ships. Passengers appreciate the additional public space and slightly improved layout. Many reviewers also mention that the ship handles crowds surprisingly well despite carrying even more guests. It's frequently rated among the strongest ships in the class. MSC Virtuosa. If there's one ship that consistently earns standout praise, it's Virtuosa. Many passengers describe it as the sweet spot of the Meraviglia class. Reviews often highlight its excellent entertainment, modern condition, diverse dining options, and vibrant atmosphere. Because it's one of the newer ships, guests also appreciate the updated technology and polished public spaces. Virtuosa has become a favorite among many repeat MSC cruisers. MSC Euribia. As the newest ship in the class, Euribia benefits from years of lessons learned. Passengers consistently compliment its beautiful design, energy-efficient features, and fresh appearance. Many reviews also praise the improved specialty restaurants and the ship's overall cleanliness. Although the onboard experience remains very similar to Virtuosa, some guests feel Euribia offers the most polished version of the Meraviglia concept. So, which one should first-time cruisers choose? If your schedule allows you to choose freely, passenger reviews generally point toward three standout options. First, MSC Euribia. Being the newest ship, it combines the proven Meraviglia design with the latest refinements, modern technology, and consistently strong passenger feedback. Second, MSC Virtuosa. It offers nearly everything people love about Euribia and has built a reputation for excellent entertainment, beautiful public spaces, and a lively onboard atmosphere. Third, MSC Grandiosa. It may not receive quite as much attention as the newer ships, but many experienced cruisers consider it one of the most well-balanced vessels in the fleet. That said, don't interpret this ranking as meaning Meraviglia or Bellissima aren't worth booking. Passenger reviews consistently show that itinerary, price, and cabin selection often have a bigger impact on overall satisfaction than the specific Meraviglia-class ship you choose. A fantastic itinerary on Meraviglia can easily provide a better vacation than a less appealing sailing on Euribia. So, are the MSC Meraviglia-class ships good for first-time cruisers? Based on thousands of passenger reviews, the answer is yes, with one important condition. These ships are best suited for travelers who understand what MSC offers. If you're expecting an American-style cruise that's identical to Royal Caribbean or Carnival, you may find some aspects surprisingly different. But if you're looking for modern ships, elegant interiors, impressive entertainment, diverse international dining, and excellent value for money, the Meraviglia class delivers an experience that many guests say exceeds their expectations. They're visually stunning, packed with activities, family-friendly, and offer one of the most distinctive atmospheres in mainstream cruising. For many travelers, that first MSC cruise becomes the beginning of many more. Before you book your next MSC cruise, there's one more comparison you shouldn't miss. If you're wondering which of MSC's newest megaships offers the better vacation experience, watch our next video. MSC World Europa versus America. Which megaship wins? We compare everything from dining and entertainment to cabins, attractions, and overall value to help you decide which ship deserves your vacation budget. And if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone planning their first MSC cruise. We post new cruise guides, comparisons, and travel tips every week to help you cruise smarter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy cruising!